Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. We're starting just a little bit earlier than scheduled, just to make sure that things are working. We thought we'd try it like that. We'll also have a look at your chat. We can do things like make sure that the piano is working, that the chat is working, and that everyone is relaxed and got everything ready. So we are starting early. Don't panic if you're suddenly in the room and you need to find stuff. We will start promptly in 2 or 3 minutes. Make sure you've got your water. Make sure you've got your pencil, your score, that you're in a nice comfy place. I see in Warwickshire we have little flakes of snow. Yes, in Bath here we have not little. Well, they look like sort of like polystyrene dust that's floating around in the sky, and it's been doing that all morning and nothing has settled. We were very excited and thinking, something is going to happen. So let us know if you've got snow elsewhere. Hello Ireland, hello, that's very nice. We've got some people from Germany, USA as well. I bet that's really early morning, isn't it, Marilyn? Really early morning, I should think, in the USA and Nevada. I don't know, let me know. Fiona Mathers, good afternoon. I've forgotten how much stamina movement 3 requires. Yes. And we're not the most fit, a lot of us at the moment, are we? So it will require a little bit of puff and quite a lot of brain power. Luckily, it's not too long, is it? It's quite 5 minutes. It's not like a great big long movement, but there's a lot to pack in and a lot of energy to be given in that as well, that we've got to match that brass when we get there. Where else have we got people coming? We talked about Cambridgeshire, Nevada, who else? Some German that I have no idea what that says, but well done. I'm sure Nick is having a go at that. No snow in South Devon. Have you had snow? That'd be interesting. Is it coming our way, or you've just had none? Because I thought Cornwall was getting a load of it. Who knows? 6 a.m. in Nevada. I will listen but not sing this morning. Very wise. That is the beauty and the joy of all of this, isn't it? Is that we can actually do stuff when we like. Hello for a snowy, sunny Doncaster. Right. Excellent. And I'm glad you enjoyed the Mozart as well. That was good. Scotland, a lot of snow. Okay. Apparently I missed out on some of the Irish. There we are. I don't know my Irish either. And here's that. Hello from Ely. Right, yes. California. Good. Fantastic. 4 inches in Glasgow. Fantastic. My son's been applying for universities, and he's decided to apply to all the universities in Scotland, it seems, to try and get away from us. Maybe that's what it is. Stirling, somewhere else. I think it was Edinburgh, something or other. So yeah, maybe I'll be travelling up to Scotland every now and then to see. Nothing in Winchester. Okay, waiting for snow in Munich. I bet when it snows in Munich, sometimes it really does it. Right. How are we doing? 2:01. So, I'm going to start the official welcome now. Yes. Hello and welcome. We have 46-ish sopranos with me today. How fantastic to have 46, 48 or more, 49. Good. If you're arriving now, don't worry, you haven't missed anything. We just started a few minutes early to let a few people in out of the cold. Remember, you can make sure you press the live button if you want to be live, or if you're happy to be a few minutes behind, if you've joined us a bit late, that's also fine too. If you're wondering how you do your chat, if you're on an iPad, Nick has been telling me that you might need to download the YouTube app, which will allow you to do the chat. But of course you will need a YouTube account to do the chat. If you haven't got one of those, Google it, find out, or ask an IT expert on how to do it. Really looking forward to today. We don't have to necessarily work as fast as we did with the Mozart, which is great. I know that was a real whirlwind of stuff. I think it was great fun, but we can just do a little bit more relaxing, which is good. So what are we going to do today? The plan of action for today is, looking at my little list, we will do a warm-up. Somebody was asking about a warm-up. Yes, we will do a very short warm-up. We'll also learn a very short round that I've cobbled together in the style of Rutter, if you can call it style of. Then we're going to do For the Beauty of the Earth, the first movement of the Gloria, the Lord Bless You and Keep You, and then we're just going to finish off by listening to movement 3 and listen to our quartet who are performing that for us and are providing us with the guide tracks. We are going to be investigating this little thing, a device that will pop up on the screen every now and then. There it is. Not going to leave it there for long. It says recording marker. I'm going to hide it again just in case you get excited. The recording marker, we used it last time in the Mozart. It's not a button. It doesn't do anything. It literally is just a marker that we're going to put in when we do our sort of sing throughs at the end. We've been through the score of a particular movement. We've covered all the tricky corners. We're happy now. We've got all that information. I pop that little marker up, and that means that people who are going to record at some point can come back to that moment and use that as their recording. So that's the little symbol that will pop up. We've talked about the chat. Excellent. More snow. Brussels, Nottingham. Connors Atu to Matt. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. My language skills were not great. I didn't enjoy French, and that was the first language that I ever learned. It just confused me, baffled me completely. And then I had to do Latin and German, and just the love of language just disappeared there. But I'm always amazed at how people learn languages. So I missed out on that one. Right, shall we begin? Are you comfy? Yeah, I'm being asked how I am in Irish. Thank you, Nick, for being the translator. That's great. I'm very well, thank you very much. Yes, very well indeed, and looking forward to this. So, let's do a warm-up and our quick round. And I'm also going to be talking a little bit today about breathing, because that's really important. I know for just general life, but also in singing. So, hopefully, you can hear my piano happening. And what we're going to do first of all, before we do that, is we're just going to do some sirening. We do it all the time. You know there's no specific pitch. We're just going up and down, and we usually do it on an ng. So you can say the word sing and hold on to that ng, and we just go That's a really safe way of just warming up some things. -11 in Toronto. Ooh, that's chilly. So now we're going to hum on the same and we're going to work our way downwards, okay? Which, for sopranos, is not a comfy place necessarily, but it will help you lower larynxes and things like that. So it goes like this. Your turn. Slide from one note to another. More if you can make it. That's pretty low for sopranos, I would imagine. So now we're going to go the other way. Of course, we might have some altos joining us, or tenors or basses. You're very welcome if you are joining us, because that's absolutely fine. We're going to go from that bottom note, and we're now going to go upwards. 2, 3, 4. change from there. Change from If you're wondering what that top note was, that was a B flat. So that could be quite high. But we do need some of that. We do need some people up there. But we do need other people down below as well. So, yeah, top B flats. Wow, very good. We're going to get on and learn a little round. So I'm going to put some lyrics on the screen and some music on the screen. If it's too small for you, don't worry. It really is easy. Yeah, I'm just putting it on the screen so that you can, those that can. I appear in a little box at the side there. So this is a little round by a lady called Jessa Liversidge, who lives in York, and I've never met her apart from I've met her online, okay, in a group of choir leaders, and she does lots of work with community choirs, and she does lots of looping. Looping is where you can record yourself and it goes on a loop, and then you can add other voices on top, and she is an absolute master at looping live in her songs, in her choir practices, and I'm not going to do that. I've programmed mine. So it's from a Swedish proverb, apparently, and the words are, "Those who wish to sing will always find a song." That's all you need to know, okay? The reason why I've chosen this one is there's some similarities and characteristics of this little round that we need to talk about, that when we perform the Rutter pieces are hidden in here. So it's a great way of just warming ourselves up. We've got line 1, you can see the box number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. Those are our lines, and eventually we will put that all in a round, and I will sing all 4 parts for you. So I'll sing a line and you sing it back, or you can sing it twice and sight read, your choice. So it goes. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. And again. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Can you see how the sing jumps in early? Yeah, there's syncopation in there. We're just jumping in by quaver, and that's really important because that pops up sometimes in Rutter where we're just pushing the beat. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Then we go up a third. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Again, the sing is syncopated, but the song is on the beat. Let's try that one. Those 2, 3. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Let's put those 2 lines together. 1, 2, from the top. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Next line, you need to take a reasonably sized good breath. Here it goes, and it goes, a song, a song. 1, 2, go. A song, a song, a song, a song. So that number 4, the bluesy note, the E flat, 2, a song, a song. Now, so apart from that jumping in, one other thing is these long notes. Yeah, as we're going through these long notes, we want to add colour. So we do a little bit of crescendo as we go through. And if you can add on just a hint of vibrato as you go through those long notes as well, really enjoy that. If you're wondering how to do that, sometimes literally just smiling slowly going through that will create a different sort of noise. Yeah, a lighter, brighter colour. So start with a song, a song. And just by lightening your face, a new colour arrives. Let's do the whole thing, and then we're going to sing it through with formats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. A song. A song. And then you're on the right note to do it all again. So, you get a little bit of a piano introduction, which I've sort of modelled it on the piano of For the Beauty of the Earth, The Lord Bless You, an accompaniment as you'll hear. There are four mats and we sing it through twice. So it's quite long, lasts a minute and a half, that sort of thing. So you can choose to sing along with mat number 1, mat number 2, mat number 3, mat number 4. Your choice. But everyone is going to sing it through twice. I'll hold up my finger when each different group start. Okay? Little introduction and then group 1, go. Enjoy. If you get lost, just enjoy one of those lines. It really doesn't matter. But you get to the end of a line, the new group come in. Okay, here we go. Group 1. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Group 2. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Group 3. Those who wish to sing find a song. Group 4. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. A song, a song, a song. Song. Marvellous. Good. I hope you enjoyed that. I think it was a lovely little song and it allows us to enjoy those long notes and things like that which are going to come up. So we're going to look first of all at For the Beauty of the Earth. For the Beauty of the Earth. Find that one for a moment. Now, For the Beauty of the Earth. We've got some long notes on this one, haven't we? Some long notes, as you can see. We've got to work out where we're going to come off on those notes. And we'll also talk about breathing. But let's just have a sing through, shall we? Shall we have a sing through of the first verse? The first verse, which is, of course, all of you lovely, lovely, joyous sopranos. So let's have a go at singing that one, For the Beauty of the Earth. Just the first verse, and then we'll talk about some of the intricacies. Watch me for the conducting as well. For the Beauty of the Earth, here we go.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from above over and around us lies, over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee methinks this a joyful hymn of praise.
Very good. Lovely. It is a beautiful tune. It is a beautiful tune. So, just before we go on to that one in a little bit more detail, I just want to share with you a couple of things about breathing that I think might help. It certainly helped me visualising something about when to breathe for these very long phrases that we've got. And they are long. And you're sitting there waiting and you've got all this time to wait, and then suddenly you've got to launch into these phrases. So I'm not going to bore you for more than 2 minutes, but I'm going to show you 3 pictures that I have in my head. Well, I have the last one in my head. And they're not pictures, they're diagrams, okay? Here's the first one. It's just a little quick graph. Along the bottom is the time of a musical phrase. So beginning to the end, okay? Just a phrase. And up on the left-hand side is the amount of breath that you have, empty and full. So this red line indicates somebody who's taken quite a sharp, full, massive, big breath, and then is holding their breath, because it's a straight line along, and then they go, ah, and then the sound disappears and the breath goes. And what happens there is you can see there's an angle, yeah, because you're holding on to the breath, and then you go, ah, and it all comes out. It actually comes out quite quickly, yeah. So that's a breath where somebody probably breathed for their long phrase too early and is just sitting there waiting for breath. Here's an alternative, okay. This one is where somebody's breathed a bit too late, and they just went, ah, and again, you get the opposite effect. You get a hard, pointy bit. Often you don't have so much breath, so you can't sing to the end of the phrase, and it just has this hard edge, and it's a spiky thing. We don't usually use either of these two things in speech, apart from if you're like, panic, and you take that sudden, and everything sounds fast. Or the opposite, when you really want to, usually when you want to swear, and you go, oh, and out comes the thing, yeah, and it blurts out. What we want is what we do in normal speech, which is this beautiful curve that you take enough breath in, because you know how much it's going to be, because it's always the same, and then at the point where you've got, well, can you see it's not even a point, at the moment where there is enough breath, the sound R comes out, and you get this beautiful curve. It's all really relaxed. And different people will take different amount of time, but you've also got to remember when you're going to breathe in beforehand. So there's a whole pattern. You haven't even sung a note. So I want you to think about this arc, about, particularly when we're talking at the very beginning here, you're sitting there listening to this lovely plinkety-plonk piano, that you're thinking, where am I going to breathe so that when I get to For the Beauty, for the beauty, it just floats on the top of that arc. And you will need to practice that and work out where is the best place for you to take a nice slow breath in, and therefore where have you been, what breath out, so that it just floats rather than no shoulders, yeah, I don't want that, or for the beauty, just let it relax in for the beauty, and it comes out, okay? So that's enough talking about breathing. We need to get on, keep going. Earth. For the beauty of the earth. The th all comes on the bar line on that one. For the beauty of the skies. That one, you've got the extra crotchet. Yeah, skies. comes there. For the love which from above over and around us lies. The more that we can get all those S's really, really soft, but all together, the less work our sound engineer needs to do when we get there. When we do this, our joyful hymn, really make that bounce, yeah? Bum-ty-dum-ty-tum of praise, smile and enjoy. It's like a little child skipping along the road at that point, I think. Dum-ty-dum-ty-dum. Let's go from the top one more time. Think about that breath, and then we'll move on to the second verse. Here we go.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from above over and around us lies, over and around us lies, Lord of all to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise.
We'll carry on. Enjoy the second verse. Same tune.
For the beauty of each hour, of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and hill and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light, sun and moon and stars of light, Lord of all, to thee we raise
Bounce.
this our joyful hymn of praise.
Excellent. Very good. On those high notes, if you're thinking, oh, it's a bit too high on that, don't work on that. Keep the sound open, keep it out, and just let them know out. Let the altos, tenors and basses do all the diction at that point there. Otherwise, you might constrict. We don't want that. We want you to float over the top like gorgeous sopranos. So let's move on to the third verse. We then got a key change, letter B on page 7, and you've got the counter melody. For the joy of love. And again, make that bounce. Ready? 1, 2. For the joy of love. 2, 3. Brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild. If you can, that is one big long breath from bar 73 to 77. One long phrase, which means that top right hand corner there, make sure you take your breath. Not too much, but just be prepared to let that float out. It's not loud because we've got the tune in the other parts, yeah? And then we've got the F flat coming up, bar 77. Lord of all, to thee we raise our joyful hymn of praise. And if you're like me and you just did it there, I breathe too short, yeah, on that our joyful hymn, and so it comes out as a snap. We don't want that. This our joyful hymn, our joyful hymn. Da-da, breathe in, our joyful hymn of praise. Let's do all that verse from page 7, bar B. Rehearsal letter B. So, here we go. joy of love. Brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild, Lord of all, to thee we raise our joyful hymn of praise. Key change for each perfect gift of thine, to our race so freely given. Graces human and divine. Lord of all, to thee we raise. If you can take a little sneaky breath there on bar, that's bar 99, you can take a breath there because the tenors and basses are taking a breath, so we might as well all take one there. Lord of all. And because I played this one on the piano and it's me, I think we just got a moment there to breathe. Phew. Yeah. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise. All those 3/8, don't worry about the 3/8, just follow the words underneath. This a joyful hymn of praise. That's easy. That will just blend over the top. And then we get a slowing down. This a joyful hymn of praise. Watch me for the coming off. And there's just that little hold on the word of. This a joyful hymn of praise. So that we can all come together on that praise. So that's a sort of sketch thing going through it. I think you've got the gist of it. We've sung the first bit. What we're going to do is create the moment now on this YouTube channel for you to come back to and record. Okay, so the process will be, we are going to sing it through, but in future, in the next few days, when you go, right, I'm ready to do my recording, this is where you'll come back to, unless you want to sit there and listen to all of that instruction all over again, which of course you can. Pause, rewind, play it again, all that stuff you can do. So the process will be that the little illumination will pop up to mark. It just marks the fact that this is where we're going from. I'm then going to ask you all to do a big clap, all at the same time. And this one, we're going to all clap on the number 4. So I'm going to count you in 1, 2, 3, 4. That should give you the pulse of when you're going to clap. And the reason for the clap is it really helps our sound engineers line stuff up, because the sound that you make and that clap appears on their screens as a really big spike. So we line all the spikes up and we know therefore that's when you all clap, and this is when you're all going to sing at the same time. So should we have a quick practice at a clap? Let's do it a couple of times. Get your, as I say with my kids on a Wednesday night, get your clapping hands ready. Yeah, which might mean you need to put your music down just for a moment. And so you're going to clap on number 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has to be dead on. Should we do it again? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So what I'll do is I'll put the light on. I'll say, for the beauty of the earth, are you ready to clap? Clap. And then we sing it all the way through. Okay, you're not being recorded at the moment unless you're really, really confident and you've got it all set up. We're not pushing that speed. Yeah, we're just relaxed. We're doing that in a few days' time. Chill. I've got to chill. Got to be excited. I've got to chill. So, are we ready then for the beauty of the earth? So here comes the marker. There we are. Recording marker is up. For the beauty of the earth. Clap with me on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from above over and around us lies, over and around us lies, Lord of all, to thee this our joyful hymn of praise. For the beauty of each hour, of the day and of the night, hill and vale, and tree and hill and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light, sun and moon and stars of light, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise. For the joy of human love, for the joy of love, brother, sister, parent, child, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for gentle thoughts and mild, Lord of ages, this our joyful hymn of praise. For each perfect gift of thine, to us so freely given, graces you, human and divine, earth and birds of heaven, earth and birds of heaven, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise. This our joyful hymn of praise.
Lovely. Good. I hope you enjoyed that. And turn the little marker off. Good. So you don't need to have recorded that. We've still got instructions coming out later on during this week on really how you set up all of that. But that recording that we just did there with the light on, with me conducting, is the thing that you can rehearse to. Okay. Couple of things in there that just I thought of as we were going through. We just need to talk about diphthongs. Diphthongs. People going, oh, what's a diphthong? Things like hour, depending on where you're from in the country. For the beauty of each hour. We're not going hour, ah. You just sort of little hint. Night, night, not night. Hold open. Always on the first bit of the vowel unless I tell you otherwise. So find that for veil, that sort of thing. In the last bar where we get there, I should be in 4. Hopefully I'm in 4, beating out the 4. So diphthongs, quite important. Just make sure you sing on the first one. Good. Let's take a moment. I'm going to take a quick swig so that we can then go to Gloria Movement number 1. So we've got about 35 minutes to have a go at this all the way through. Let's have a look then at the Gloria. Let's open our books and we'll go to rehearsal letter number 2. Great. Good. Glad you're all sorted. So as a reminder, we're doing excelsis. Get all those letters in there. Excelsis. And let's go straight in at number 2. Let's sort of pick our way through and we'll see how we do. And then we'll do little bits with the soprano, okay? Because me singing up there is, you don't want to be hearing that. Here we go. 3 and Gloria in excelsis Deo. And really crisp on the end there. No, as if you're like snapping something. And again, 1, 2. Gloria in excelsis Deo. And Gloria in excelsis Deo. And that's a shorter one. Okay? We'll move on and then we'll catch up with the soprano. So we then get a little bit of piano. And then you're coming in with et in terra pax omnibus bone voluntatis. And the whole of this is aiming towards the word, the word voluntatis. And make sure when we do the tartis, not tartis, but tartis, like that, tartis. Okay? So let's go to number 3. Et in terra pax. Ready, 3, go. Et in terra pax omnibus bone voluntatis. And come away. Yeah, tartis. One more time. 1, 2. Et in terra pax omnibus bone voluntatis. Excellent. Very good. And then number figure 4 at the bottom of that page. We've got the same tune again. Figure 4. 1, 2. Gloria in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis Deo. I've just got that double one in there. One more time. And Gloria in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis Deo. And you've got the same thing 3 times, yeah? So make sure when you start at figure 4, don't give it all. Save a little bit for the second one and save a little bit more for the third one, yeah? So that each one has a little bit more energy and a little bit more volume. Let's go back. Let's do that from figure 2 on page 2 with our lovely soprano and the organ so we can experience how that goes. So I pick up from around bar 30, I think it's about 33, 34, okay?
Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. in terra pax hominibus bone voluntatis. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
And then we calm down. So all the way up, that's the high point of the first phrase where we're aiming for that big in excelsis Deo. Good. Let's carry on. Remember, we will do a whole sing through near the end of this half an hour as we've picked through it and checked all our sort of how we're getting around this piece. We will do the one big sing through where we put the red light up to remind us. So then we come in with our et in terra pax, which is a high F and it's got a float. So think about that curve that we've been talking about earlier on, making sure that in the not a sudden breath, not a breath too early, just floating in. Ready, et in terra. This is rehearsal number 5. 1, 2. Et in terra pax, pax, pax hominibus bone voluntatis. Dum, 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 dum. And bone voluntatis. It's just a little bit of calm in this big song, so we've got to be really gentle with that one. Let's do that one again. And our x of our pax has to happen at the same time as everybody else. They join us. Here we go. Et. 1, 2. Et in terra pax, pax, pax hominibus bone voluntatis. Trumpets, and then you laudamus te, benedicimus te. Top G's pinging out of nowhere, and just before that you will hear the organ doing these chords, so that G is already there, so you can be pitching that, thinking that note before you go. Don't make too much of the L. La, flick it. Laudamus te, ben, and again, 1 straight in. Laudamus te, benedicimus te. Then the altos, and laudamus te, benedicimus te. Nice easy bit. So let's do a little bit of a chunk along with our singer. I keep pointing to my singer over there. She's not there, but my play button is there, you see. That's why I keep pointing over there. Let's pick it up from page 5, Et in terra pax, rehearsal number 5. I'll just pick it up just before that so you know where you are and you get a lead in, okay? So it's page 5 going into rehearsal 5. Breathe.
Et in terra pax, pax, pax hominibus bone voluntatis. Bone voluntatis.
Altos and the basses. Little sight read.
Gratias, gratias. gratias, gratias agimus tibi. Gratias agimus tibi.
Good. So we're just checking that a little bit there, that gratias, which is number 8 on page 8. Okay? Gratias. To find that note. Some of you have been thinking, how do we find that note? Well, we've been in the key before. If you listen to that hot, it wants to settle on that note, so you should be okay once you listen to that harmony moving up and then moving down. I wouldn't worry about trying to find it in all the... It is in there somewhere, but it's too fast. Gratias, gratias. And then we split into a top and a bottom. And of course you can sing both, not at the same time, before any of you clever clogs out there. You can record a top part and record a bottom part if you'd like to, or just do a second part or a first part. So the top one is gratias agimus tibi, and the next gratias agimus tibi. So slightly longer tibi. And if you're underneath and you're going to be doing the second, you're doing the doorbell. Bing bong, you're the bong. Gratias agimus tibi. So you've got a difference of that bright sound and the flatter sound, the G flat. And again, gratias agimus tibi. And the next one, gratias agimus tibi. Question, gratias, tias. If we can have a bit of a T, gratias. That would be good. Thank you for the question. At least I know you're there and you're listening. That's really good. Gratias. Should we try that one more time from just leading into that gratias? From 240 on my numbers over here. So this is rehearsal letter 8.
Gratias, gratias, gratias agimus tibi. Gratias agimus tibi.
Altos and basses kick us off.
Proptemanium gloriam
Go at this tune.
Proptemanium gloriam tuam.
Argimus, argimus, RG, if you're an American. I don't know. Argimus, argimus tibi. Thank you, Fiona. So we have this tune, which when I've heard various recordings and I've sung it as well, I find this Propter Magnum Gloriam, Magnum, quite tricky. Not only the rhythm, but the it's quite a tricky one to control the voice. Let's just do it a couple of times under tempo. Ready? From Propter, 1, 2, 3, 1. Propter Magnum Gloriam tuam. And it's that am that has the tie that always foxes me as well. So I actually end up putting a little onto the end of it to help remind me. And again at that speed, Propter. 1, 2, 3. Propter Magnum Gloriam tuam. Bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Optimum gloriam tuam. Excellent. Then we have the big build-up. The pedal note, you'll see at the bottom there, it says timps, and they're doing. I mean, it's showtime, isn't it? That's what it is. And then it goes up a key, and it's like, ta-da, something's going to happen. So we have the building up. We have the basses come in, then the tenors, then the altos, and then sopranos. We come in top of 11 with that surprise D flat, which suddenly shifts everything, and everyone's, ooh, there's more to come. Let's do, this is bar 209, top of 11. 1, 2. Gloria in excelsis. Nice and short. Then we go through that, and everyone builds up, and we come in on our Gloria, Gloria, in excelsis Deo, Deo, and you've got accents on each one. Deo, punch, punch, each single one, which would be really good. If you're doing a second, Gloria, Gloria, in excelsis Deo. So that's a big leap. In excelsis Deo. If you can smile when you do Deo to get that D natural, that would be marvellous. Should we try that little section with our backing singer? Let's go from figure 10, page 10. Figure 10, page 10. Here we go. This is tenors. Let's carry on and have a rollicking good time.
Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Great. Well, yes, you discovered there's a B flat if you didn't know already, but there are alternatives written. So we had a quick look through from figure 11. That's a repeat of your Gloria. Page 13 is a repeat. That's all the same. Let's just skip to figure 12 on page 14. The Poco Ral, I do slow that up, and I'll conduct in 3 at that point just to hold that organ up. And then we come in with our Gloria, and you're going to sing Gloria, breathe, Gloria in excelsis if you're on the top. Yeah, so you're going to do that second Gloria in X all in one. If you're not going up there, you're going to go Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo for a long time. If you're going up, Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo. I quite enjoy singing that B flat up there. I'm not up there. So the X, chel, sis, boom cha, boom cha. Imagine you're that snare drum or hi-hat or whatever it is that goes boom cha, boom cha. That is really, really crisp. how long do you hold on to your O? I've written in my copy, off on 7, and you'll see me counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 7. We stop on number 7, okay? Should we just do that one more time with them from, let's pick it up from the same place, page 10, it won't take us long, and then we'll go for our run. So, page 10, after your propter magnum gloriam, that little bit, here we go, page 10, rehearsal 10.
Gloria in excelsis Gloria in excelsis
Know the technical name for all those things, those consecutive fourths in brass, they call them brass pyramids, where they all build up on top of each other. Brilliant. Really good. I enjoyed that. It's a cracking bit there. I really want you to imagine that you're I for some reason I've got myself on horseback in my head here now. You know, I'm what's his name, on horseback with his hat, the film, with John Williams' score in the background. That's what I've got in that point there. So let's go right to the top, and we're going to go with the organ right from the beginning on page 1, where we sit and listen to that. We're going to practice our clap, put the marker up, and go all the way through. You don't have to record now. You can do that another time, but this will be the point that you come back to when you want to practice and you want to record. Okay, so hopefully you got the front. Let me just take a quick drink. And I'm going to put the marker up, and then we're going to clap. Should we practice a clap? We're going to clap on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it's going to be like. Here we go. So this is Gloria, sopranos, first movement. Clap on number 4 with me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Et in terra pars Gloria in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis Deo. Et in terra pax, pax hominibus bone voluntatis, bone voluntatis. Lautamus Te, benedicibus Te, benedicibus Te. Lautamus Te, benedicibus Te, benedicibus Te. Adoramus Te, glorificamus Te. Gratias, gratias, gratias facimus tibi. Gratias facimus tibi. Propter magnam gloriam tuam. Propter magnam gloriam tuam. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis. In excelsis Gloria. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria, Gloria in excelsis
Woo! Excellent. Let's turn that one off. Yes, Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's what I had in my head. Indiana Jones with a bit of Star Wars flying around as well. And also, obviously, singing in a church. So, a really mixture of things going on in my head. That is brilliant. Good. So, at some point, we'll come back to that on Friday in the Tutti rehearsal. And in that rehearsal, you'll hear all 4 parts. And there will be a recording opportunity for you to put that down. A marker will go up, which means you can choose whether you sing with just the soprano or whether you want to sing with the whole quartet. For me personally, I think I would listen to the soprano, practice with the soprano, and when I think that I've got the soprano, I would then move over to the tutti rehearsal and sing with other people, because you'll hear where the harmonies change and where you need to enjoy some of the clashes and some of the relaxing bits. So to have everyone in your ears will be useful, I think. But you can decide. Yeah, it's totally your choice whether you record to the markers we've done today or the markers we're going to do on Friday. Lovely. So let's now turn to, we can now chill for a moment to The Lord Bless You and Keep You. Why don't you see if you can find that for a moment. I'm going to check whether my sound is working, because more gremlins creeping in. Yes, that one hasn't gone. Good, that gremlin has stayed away. And that was just a quick check. So the Lord bless you and keep you in G flat major. I think you get the tune nearly all the way through, don't you? And it's just a beautiful tune and a lovely soaring thing at the end. So think about that graph that I showed you. Think about when you're going to breathe at the beginning and how that's not going to go, the Lord. It's just going to float in as if, oh, there's some singing, and it just creeps up on you and sneaks in. Should we just check some notes? Here we go. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you. Lovely. Two things. Gracious. Where are we going to put that end? And be gracious. It happens as you almost breathe in. Gracious and be gracious unto you. The second one, we are going to go gracious unto you. We might going sumter, but that's where the S will come. And then we get the repeat. The dolce sempre, always sweetly. I mean, you had it at the beginning, dolce and legato, sweetly and smooth. Now we get just still be sweet. Ready at the bottom of the page. 1, 2, 3. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you. Carry on. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. Oh, I didn't breathe enough. We'll do that all in one breath. I thought, yeah, I can manage that. No. So after gracious unto you. Gracious unto you. The Lord. Make sure that's a good one to get you all the way through. If you need to breathe because you're not going to manage it all, that's okay. Can I ask that you don't necessarily put a T on the end of light if you're not going to breathe? Lord, lift up the light of his crown. Whereas others who are going to do it in one breath, the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. You can then put the T onto the next word. Do you get my gist? And then the T is right at the last moment. If you are going to take a breath, try not to do a T. Then our tenors. The light of the countenance upon you. Give you peace. And the C, ps, of peace goes. And give you peace. And give you peace. Slowing down. And give you peace. And give you peace. And again, it's just on that quaver. Peace. You'll see me do like this to try and keep it short. And remember, it's not s, just s, really, really short. Lovely. Then you get to the favourite bit. I'm sure all the sopranos love this bit. On the last page, ah, going into the amens. 2, 3, 4. So two things there. We will slow down, so watch me for the beat. And we place that penultimate B flat. Da, da, men. All together. And then we hold the men, and these backing singers nailed it completely with a lovely at the end for just about a quaver. So we're really soft on our men. So it doesn't just suddenly stop. It goes to the and then it disappears. It's not a long N, yeah, but just a little one. And you can hear that, and you can listen back, and you'll hear it and go, they're good. They obviously all agreed on that one, which is great. So if we can work as a team and get that N together. So that's our pick through. We're now going to sing it through. Usual thing, like on count 4, clap, go. Okay, so turn back to the beginning. Have a swig. Right. Here we go with a light. So the Lord bless you and keep you. Sopranos. Clap with me on number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How lovely. Right. Excellent. So, we've come to the end of that little chunk, really, of recording and learning. And I did say we would listen to movement 3 of the Gloria, just to finish, to leave you either on a high or to leave you thinking, okay, that's going to be a challenge. It will depend. When we sing this next week, there will be 2 different ways that I will play for you. I'm just finding it for myself. It's on page 24. It is a lovely piece, isn't it? Really, really beautiful. One of my favourites. It's the ending that I like in particular, that soaring up. It's lovely. So, get distracted by the chat. Movement 3. Yeah, so there's going to be a version like you're going to hear now. And then I'm also going to play you next week a version where you will hear the click. Now, because we've got, remember, brass, organ, percussion, all performing this or recording this piece, they all needed to obviously record separately in their own houses, and they all need to be together. So what we do is we create a metronome, and the metronome changes time signature and all that sort of stuff. And I also, in my ears, I give them little clues like we're changing to 4 time and things like this. I think that this movement, movement 3, might be useful to have the click. So I'm going to give you both next week. Now we're just going to sing without. So you might feel like oh my goodness, it feels like we're going to be all over the place with these time changes. With the click, it really nails you down on the tempo. So don't worry. But if this is new to you, I would suggest that this ending of this rehearsal, this playthrough, before next week, listen to it a few times, just so that the rhythmic values, the time changes, soak in rather than desperately trying to read 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. What was it? Was it a 4? Was it a 3? Once you feel it, and you feel the rhythm of the horse galloping along, and when sometimes it skips a beat, yeah, or you do an extra skip and a bounce, it will be good. So, should we have a go? Hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to find out. I'm going to click a button, and if it gives me the... Nope, that gave me the signal. Brilliant. So, just sing along or sit back and listen. This is the soprano part being sung all the way through. Movement 3 to finish off. Good luck, and I'll catch you at the end.
Santo Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Santo Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Cum Santo Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. 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 Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris, tu solus altissimus, uniam tu solus sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus altissimus, Iesu Christe. Uniam tu solus sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus altissimus, uniam tu solus sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus altissimus, Iesu Christe. Amen, amen, amen.
is good, isn't it? It gets to a point where it's so fast, yeah, that they go, amen, 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 and it's just gabbling like I do sometimes when I get excited, which is what I love about it. And you might be thinking, we will manage it. The metronome will help us there, and we'll just get used to it. You start to just forget about the timing, and you just worry about the beat and the feel, and you'll get it. What we will do, because of the complications of today and the split rehearsal, the 2 videos will still exist, but what we will do is make a stitched together version. So I'll get both versions, link them together, and that will be available. I'm just checking what Nick has just sent me here. We'll stitch the 2 rehearsals together and make that public on the Run by Singers YouTube channel. So that rehearsal of the combined things, there'll be a moment where it goes and we'll be into part 2. Okay, that will go public on the Run by Singers YouTube site. So you can just type in Run by Singers at the top and it will be there. Yes, a challenge indeed, but wow, when we get it right, that will be really good. There you are. You won't need a link to find it, but we will leave one where you found the link for tonight's. Yeah, excellent. So you won't need a link. It will just be there. That will be a little job for us. It'll be there, not 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, but maybe a little bit later. Thank you for joining us, Rini. It's been great fun. I love that piece. It's really joyful and exuberant, isn't it? Just can't wait to hear that brass and there's percussion and all that stuff. So on Friday we meet again in the evening. I believe it's 8 o'clock, and that'll be all of us all together, and you'll hear all 4 parts, and we'll be doing everything that we've done in our sectional rehearsals but as a group. So it'll just be another opportunity, and then by then we'll have a little bit more information about how you do your recordings and how you submit them and all that sort of information. So I'll finish now. The chat will continue just for a couple of minutes, so if you need to say hello to anybody or a little bit of an update on the snow, please do all of that. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing you on Friday. Yeah, I feel quite energized to get back to work now. Put that on your earphones on your way to work or in the car. Yeah, brilliant. See you all very soon. Take care and see you then.